Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ryan, and I am back for my weekly commentary. Today I decided I was going to talk a little bit about my gaming progression in my gaming career. I've been playing for quite a long time, and I figured maybe it'd help you guys out a little bit more since you'll be a little bit more familiar with me. So, um, I am primarily an FPS player, if you don't know what that stands for, first-person shooter. So, um, that I guess out of like different gaming genres, that's where like my strong suit is. And I started out really young as a kid, playing a variety of games casually. But I guess when I think about like the first shooters I started playing, maybe around like 8 or 9 years old, I'm thinking back to like the very first PlayStation, and I'm thinking Medal of Honor. Obviously it was like offline, and I would just play like campaign with my dad, and I think that's like the first shooter I played. But I know another one that I played early on was GoldenEye on N64. GoldenEye, if you didn't know, it's James Bond, and that's like a legendary game. I don't really know if it was competitive or not, but actually I do think it was competitive. But I didn't play it that way. I just played it casually with friends and stuff. So those two games, I guess, is where I started out, and then um, I guess Halo CE came out, I think around 2001, and so somewhere between like 2001, 2003, which I would have been still about that same age, like 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. I stumbled upon Halo, and I remember playing it at my cousin's. We would play split screen, custom games, and all kinds of good stuff like that. So fast forward a little bit to 2005, and I am 11 years old at this point. And so I finally got my own Xbox after playing it like at my friend's house for so long. I finally got Xbox, and I got Xbox Live. And at that time, Halo 2, it wasn't the only game online, but Halo 2 was the first online game on Xbox. So that's what I played, because that's what I was kind of familiar with playing. And, just like all the other games, I started out casually, and then I'd say maybe after about a year and a half, so this is like mid '06, something like that. I found out about MLG somehow. I remember my friend telling me about it one time, and so I guess from there I started playing like a lot of custom games, like MLG settings obviously. And back then there wasn't an MLG playlist, but there was something that was damn close, and that was Team Hardcore. So I started playing that, and I don't think I ever got like super good, but I mean I could BXR, I could double shot, and I was learning callouts and stuff. So that was kind of like the beginning of like my competitive like gaming career. And then Halo 3 comes out, and that's 2007, I want to say, September 25th, 2007. And so Halo 3 was like the big game for me where I like really got into it, and um, I started watching like MLG events. I mean, I did that in Halo 2 as well, but this is just like my interest in it just like really spiked, and I started playing other shooters too. Like I played Counter-Strike a little bit. Gears of War, that's not an FPS, but it's like a third-person shooter. I played that a little bit, and I played early COD, like COD 4, NW2, and I pretty much played game battles for like all of those games. Halo 3 was like my prime game, but like I said, I did play other games competitively because I just wanted to see, I wanted to get a feel for everything. Um, so now, let's see, Halo 3, I played a lot of game battles as well, and I guess through game battles and playing like customs, like running 8s with people that were better than I was, I guess that's how like I got so good, and I watched a lot of like VOD and POV, and I watched like all the events, and I mean I would play for like 15 hours a day, like it was really bad. I was like 15 years old, like dedicating like summers to just playing Halo 3, pretty much. And so, I don't know, I guess between like muscle memory and just like, if no matter what it is, if you put so much time into something, eventually it'll like kind of ingrain itself into you, and you'll just be like, it'll be like natural, it'll become natural to you, is what I guess what I want to say. And so that's why Halo is for me now. Obviously it's not really competitive anymore. After, you know, Reach came out, my Xbox actually broke at the end of Halo 3. I got red ring, so I was kind of Xboxless for like a year and a half to maybe 2 years. So like for the very first like portion of Reach, I wasn't really in the scene, and I think that was a necessary break for me because I just got done telling you guys how much I played. And you know, there's a lot of as many good memories as there were with Halo 3. There's also a lot of frustration and stuff, and so I think it was good that almost to an extent that like my Xbox got red ring. So after Reach had been out for a little while, I managed to come up with a little bit of money, and I bought my cousin's Xbox off him for like $100. And so I started playing this game, and actually to this day I still do. This is like the main game I play, but as I touched on before, it's obviously not competitive. It's not on the circuit. Halo 4, I don't really want to talk about that because I was just a huge disappointment, and it was almost like, I know for me and a lot of other players that have been around for quite a while, like Halo 2 players, that was kind of like, that was like a very important game. Like Halo 4 like needed to be good, you know? Because like Halo 3 came out and that was amazing, both competitively and casually. You guys probably know about like the sponsorships and just like how big the events were. Insane. And so Reach obviously didn't live up to that, and part of that is because the patch for No Bloom No Sprint took so long to come out. But then yeah, Halo 4 was like, that game like really needed to be good, and it wasn't. It wasn't anything like Halo. They basically took all the elements that made Halo like what it was in the first place, and they just like took that out of the game. And they tried to make it new friendly, and they just tried to do too much, and it turned out to be disastrous. So I guess where I'm at right now, I get pretty bored sometimes because I want that feeling that I had with like Halo 2 and Halo 3 to be on a massive multiplayer scale, playing a game that has a competitive following, and it also has like casual value to it as well. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love playing casually sometimes. I like playing custom games. I like just messing around, and then I also can be a very competitive player. And I think a balance of both is important for me. Right now, there's not a game out there that does that for me. I'm not really much of a COD player. I mean, I like to play the game, but you know, it doesn't really satisfy my craving for like a competitive FPS. I guess that's the best way to put it. So, at this point, I've been pretty much gaming first-person shooters for like 8 years, and I'm kind of banking on Destiny being good. I don't know if you guys have heard much about the game, but just a quick rundown. It's Bungie's newest project, and they've been working on it for quite some time, and the beta will be releasing early summer, and I already have my code, and if you want to get a beta code, you have to pre-order the game. So just go to GameStop, put $5 down on a pre-order, and get the beta code, and you can play it for yourself and whatever, form your own opinion. But the game itself is dropping, I think, September this year, so that's still a ways away, and I'm trying to keep myself busy, or I guess entertained, like gaming wise, until then. But maybe this will be a little bit of a break for me, like a little hiatus, however you pronounce that. Take a break and do some like in real life kind of things. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Halo 5 as well. And that's kind of weird for me to say that because like Halo 4 was such a disaster, and obviously 343 is going to be making Halo 5, and 6 is also confirmed as well. But I don't know, I guess I don't think they could make a game that was worse than Halo 4, and honestly, I do think that they're gonna fix some of their mistakes, but only time will tell, I guess. And there's not much to speculate on. There's been like no gameplay or really any information released on it. So as far as Destiny goes, I will be playing the beta, and I don't know a whole lot about it either. They're just starting to release more and more now, but probably the most exciting piece of information I've heard, just the other day, Bungie said in an interview that when they designed the maps for the game, they were trying to design them from a competitive standpoint. So I don't know if they're just saying that, or I don't know how literally to take that. Wow, I just got fucking blamed. But I'm excited, and worst comes to worst, the game sucks, I'll honestly probably be done gaming, and it's kind of sad to say that because it's been so long, but I'm not going to force myself to play games that I don't enjoy, you know, so, game's coming to an end. I hope I didn't babble on too bad. Just kind of went off the top there and just went with it, so, if you guys have, like, any sort of tips or requests as far as, like, gameplay, or when I'm commentating, or any kind of channel ideas, anything you guys want to see, let us know in the comments, because we don't really have, like, much of a following at all right now, so we will see, like, what you say, and we will listen to it. Like, we're open to anything, so, keep that in mind, and very anticlimactic, climatic, don't know how to say that, but, this is a very, kind of sour finish. I got the double, and then my teammates ran out and died, so we lost, but, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. I guess expect another one of these coming soon, next week sometimes, and I'll talk to you guys later.